Okay, this video is going to be the video teaching you basic CSS so that you can understand what we're going to do when we make a customized WordPress website. So I'm creating a landing page here so that if somebody just wants to do a landing page, they can do it without WordPress by following the HTML video and this CSS video, okay? So all I have done is put in the basic HTML all the way down, and then down here is all the HTML and all of the material, all the content. Okay, and I put in on the same page between the style tags some basic CSS to give us some colors and borders so that we can tell where everything is. Okay, so let's get rid of that guy. So as you can see, it's got all these crazy boxes on it, but this way we can see exactly what we are going to be targeting as we begin to change the CSS. And that's the purpose of all these crazy boxes. All right. So that's pretty much all we have. I named most of these containers something that's really easy to follow, and hopefully this will be helpful for us. Okay, so let's go back here. So I have a custom header, okay, and this is the link here. All right, so let's go back here, and we're going to go down to the custom header. Here we go. Custom header goes here. Okay. Actually, we have it right here. So we're going to get rid of this and we're going to make the link. Okay. Actually, let's start with just putting the picture up. Okay. So we have image source equals, and then this is the link to the picture. Okay. And that should put up the banner. Let's go see if that did it. Okay, there's the banner. Okay, now the banner is apparently too big. So let's see what we can do to fix that. Okay, so let's go over here, and what we need to do is put in a tag that is going to make all of the images 100%. And because I have my page container set for position relative, that should take care of the problem. So let's save it and go back and test it. Okay, and what that does is it makes this image only fill up the box that it's in, the div that it's in. So, okay, so now we have a little banner. Now the next box here would be for your navigation bar. I'm using my own landing page, my own website, which is a different address, but it's pretty much set up for, a very good landing page because it has all the information that a person would need all on one page. Okay, so here is the navigation bar. Now, I'm not going to go into the navigation bar because it's pretty complicated. It could be an hour video on its own. And because we're ultimately going to be building on WordPress, WordPress is going to take care of almost everything regarding the navigation bar. So what we'll do here is we will just go down here and we will, let's see, we'll give it a height of 40 pixels. And we will background color green. All right, we'll get rid of this. Just put green there. And let's see if that gives us at least something that looks like a navigation bar. Okay, there we go. All right, and we'll just take out that, the wording there. Okay, so we have that. Now, we want this the page title to center. I think it's centered here. Yeah, we want it to center. Okay, so let's go back and figure out how we're going to do that. So let me show you an easy way. If you just put your cursor where you want to target, and I am using a Google Chrome window, I'm going to right click, and back down here where it says inspect, I'm going to click that and it's going to pull this up here. Okay. And so let's see, that's the navigation bar. So the H1 here. All right. So for this particular one, we are going to, let's see, let's see, text align center. Okay, that'll work. So I'm going to take this here, copy it, copy, and then go back to the page, and up by H1s, I'm going to paste that here, and that should take care of it. That means that all the H1 tags are going to center align. And I think because this is a landing page, that'll work. Okay, so now these two boxes here are floating. So you have a flexi box left and a flexi box right. And this is just extra space because these boxes here need some padding so that they don't look so jammed up here. So let's go back to the page and find where the yellow is. Here we go. So it's the flexi box left. All right, so let's put in some padding. We will put in 2% padding. And on the flexi box right, we're going to do the same thing, padding 2%. All right, let's see if that looks a little bit better. All right, that looks much better, much better. Okay, so, all right, so those two guys are there. Now, let's see here. I think this is, okay, so we have a, let's see what this is. Want the address. So let's go back here. So why choose? All right, so this we're going to make an H2. An H2 headline, okay. And let's see, why choose, okay. Let's see here. All right, and then we're going to put another image here. All right, now, let's see. I think this picture is going to be way too big. Let's see here. And I'm going to want to style this picture to center it. So text align center, and let's see, width we want 50% because I don't want it to be too big. All right, and let's see here. Let's see what this looks like. All right, okay, all right, that's still a little too big. So let's go back and make it 25%. 25%. For some reason, it's not aligning. So text align center, source, okay. So let's see. All right. Let's see here. Image text align center. Let's see. No, that's not it. So let's see here. Padding left. Let's do 4%. Let's do 8%. Let's do 12%. How about 16%? Maybe 18%. Maybe 20%. Okay, that looks better. So we'll put 20% padding on that picture, and that's going to move it over a little bit. We'll take out this text align center, and we'll put padding left, and that is 20%. Okay, and let's see, save. Let's see. Okay, now let's see. I think we're going to make this an H1 so that it will center in this box here. So let's go back there and make this an H1. H1, okay. And then we're going to do a bulleted list right here. Okay. Copy. Actually, let me just do this pretty quickly here. It's email CE commerce. Copy. All right. And let's see if that creates a bulleted list. Okay. And then we're going to also make this one an H1. So let's go back and H1, H1. All right, and that should take care of that one side. Okay, all right, so now let's go here and see what we have on this side. All right, so we have the H1, then we have a paragraph, and then a picture. So let's go here. This is FlexiBox, right? So we're going to put H1. We've already designed the H1, so we're going to just keep using it. And this will make a paragraph. Let's see. Okay. Paragraph just puts some space before and after. It sets it off like a paragraph. Okay, and then we're going to have another image here. Image source equals, and that should be it. Let's see what else we're doing here. And this one also is a centered. And I think H3 I have also, which is a little bit smaller than the H1, to be centered. Let me go up and check. Okay, H3 is text align center. So let's see if that'll work here. All right, so let's see. H3. And I think that we want this to be on the second line. See how the phone number is on the second line? So I'm going to break here. Remember the break. BR breaks the line. And then we're going to end the H3 tag here. So let's see how this works here. Okay, now this picture is way too big. So let's do this one about 50%. Let's see. So we're going to put an image style equals width 50%. Now we're using percentages because after this video, we're going to learn how to change things for responsive web design so that it looks proper in a desktop, a tablet, or a smartphone. All right, so let's see if this works here. Okay, and again, we want this picture to center, so we'll go back and center that also. So we'll do the same thing, padding left is 20%, and that should take care of that. All right. Okay, now it looks okay except for all these crazy lines, but after I remove the crazy boxes, then everything will be aligned properly. All right, so let's go back here and see what this is. Okay, so this is an H1, then a paragraph, and another bulleted list. So let's go back. This should be easy enough. Okay. All right, so this is a paragraph, and this is already set up as a bulleted list. And then this one here is going to be another H1. And let's see how this does. Let's see. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, now this one here, as you can see on this landing page, this is done in a WordPress application, and filling out forms and sending them to you via email is handled very easily with what is called a plugin. And so just like the navigation bar could be an hour-long video, the form to send the form with PHP, that could be like a 2-hour video. So we're not going to go into it. I just have just like a fake form, so to speak, just so that we can just style it up a little bit. So let me go get my bearings here, see where we are. Okay, so the form here, I'm just going to put a title on the form. Let's see what the title says here, free estimate. Okay, so we'll say free estimate. All right, so let's see, let's go back here to the form. Okay, now there seems to be a gray box here. So let's go back and see what, okay, so I have this little title here in this gray box. So I'm going to come back here, and in the gray box, where is it? Here. Okay, I'm going to put H1. Okay, and then again, I'm going to use the break, and then I'm going to use the break here too, I believe, and then the ending H1. Save, and let's see if that works out. Let's see. All right, now, let's see. So that is a little bit big, I believe. So we want it a little bit small. So let's go back and see what the choices are here. For our H3, let's make H5, H6, we'll text align center this one too. All right, and that's H6. So we'll go back and we will do an H6. H6 here. All right, so let's see where the gray box is because I didn't really see. Okay, here we go. So we're going to change this to, I happen to know this code because it's used a lot on websites. Okay, so background color is going to be the same, EC, EC, EC. All right, and save that. And then let's go back here. All right, so there's our little box. And so what I want to do here is I want to leave a tiny little space underneath this box here. And let's see if there's too much padding here. Let's see. Let's see. That's a gray box. All right. Let's see. That might be, I would have to fiddle with the H6, and I don't want to take the time to do that. It's not that important. So we'll just keep moving on to the next section, and then anything that looks really weird at the end, we can fix that at the end. Okay, so let's give the form a title and then a little bit of a bottom margin. So let's go back, find the form. Let's see here. Okay, so where's the form? There's the gray box. Okay. Small container. So the next one here is the e-commerce. So let's see. That's like on the same side underneath it. So we want to do the e-commerce shopping cart is an H1, then the picture centered, and then the paragraph. Okay, so let's see. The e-commerce, we're going to make H1. Okay, and then this one again is going to be image style equals width is 50%, padding left is 20%, source equals, we have that. Okay, and then this is a paragraph, and the close paragraph. All right, so let's see how that looks. All right, let's see here. Okay. All right, so this looks like it might need to be like 25%, and the same thing here with my picture. So let's go back and fix those. Let's see. So this one here is 25. 25. Let's see, that I want to make that bigger? No. And let's see where the Regina's picture is. Okay, here we go. Width is, let's make this 40%, and we're going to make this the padding 25%. All right, let's see. Okay, that's much better. All right. Okay, so we have this title here. All right. Okay, so let's see what the website maintenance package is. Okay, that's pretty similar. Let's take a look. Yeah, that's pretty similar. Okay. All right, so now we should come upon the form. So let's see here. All right, there we go. Okay. Here's the form here. Okay. So now we're in the FlexiBox right. Okay, so this is the form container. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is H1, and this is going to say free estimate. H1, okay. And then the form container, we're going to do, let's see what we're going to do with the form container. So let's go over here and refresh. Okay, and here's our little title. All right. Now, we're going to do the form container. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to click here to do a new style rule. Okay, form container, and I'm going to do margin bottom. Okay, and this is going to be 2%. Let's make it 4%. Okay, puts a little bit of space underneath that submit button. So let's do this, margin bottom, copy, and let's go back here and up to the form container. Here we go. All right, that should do that. And let's go back and see what else we have to do. All right, now this is our table for our business hours. So let's go over here and do our table. Okay, so here we go, table. All right. So since we only have one table here, we can just do the table as it is. So let's do that now. Let's go up here. Let's see here. We did the hours container. Okay. So inside of that, we're going to have table, TRTD, 2px solid, and then the same, that same color. Okay, and we're going to do padding. No, let's see that. We're going to do border collapse, I think it is. We'll see if that's it. All right, and then TD is going to be padding is 1% all around. All right, so let's take a look and see what happens here. Okay, so here we have the table here. So I want this to fill up this box. So let's see here. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. No, that's not going to work. So I have to do table by itself with 100. So let's try that. Table. Let's do it up here. Table is 100%. Okay. And let's see if that does it. Okay, and then let's center all of this stuff here. Okay, so let's go back and let's see if this is enough to do it, or whether we have to do the TDs too. Let's see. Okay, no, that did it. All right, so that has all of the hours. Let's see if anything is highlighted on this page here. Okay, this one looks like it's, I'm going to make these that H6 to give it a little bit of style. So let's go back to the table. Let's see here. So this one is going to be H6, H6, and the same thing at the bottom here, the last line. H6, and the end is, whoops, here we go, H6. Okay. All right. Now, this I think is the problem. This H6 has too much space on top and on bottom. So let me see if I could reduce that. Let's see here. Don't know. I might have to research that one. H6. Okay, so let's do padding top 0. Actually, let's just do padding in general 0. Let's see what happens there. Padding 0. Let's see. No. Well, that I'm going to have to investigate. I think there's less space with an H1. So let me change it to an H1 and see if it looks better. Actually, I think it looks better with the bigger captions anyway, bigger headlines. Okay, so now we have the payment types. All right, so that's going to be an image. So let's go back and do payment type. payment type. Let's see. Okay, so this is again another picture, image source equals this. Let's see here. All right, so refresh. Okay, now it's way too big, so let's do this. And so where is it? Here we go, payments container. Okay, so this image is going to be width is 50%. Okay, let's see here. I've got to move this so I could see it. And then we're going to do padding. No, padding left. So let's see, 25%. That looks about centered. Okay, so what we're going to do is 50% and 25%. Okay. 50%. Style equals width 50% padding left 20, was it 25%? All right, that should do it. All right, now this payment types I want to change to an H1. All right, and the next one are the social media symbols here. So let's see here. Okay, so let's see here. Image source image style equals width is going to be 50 pixels, because that's all these are, is 50 pixels. I just happen to know that because I use them all the time. Okay, so 50 pixels, float left, and let's see, margin will be 2%. All right, and then source equals this guy. And then this one is going to be, there we go. And this I'm going to copy to this one here. And the same thing, going to end it. And this one here too. Okay, so then this one is source equals, and then this one is source equals. All right. Okay, so let's see here. So let's see if we can do the social media. Well, let's see what this looks like. All right, let's see here. All right, so we have these three guys. They're nicely spaced, but I want them to be in the center. So let's see if we can do that with the social media container. Social media container, okay. And this is going to be text align center. Let's see if this does it. No. All right, one more thing. Let's see here. Text align center. So let's try margin left auto, margin right auto. See if that does it. Otherwise, I'll have to use a padding. Okay, I'm going to have to use padding. Sometimes it gets very tricky when there's a float. So let's go over here. Well, actually, I'll put it right in here. We'll put padding left is, let's try 20% and see how that works. Okay, so we probably need 30%. So let's see. Let's see here, social media containers. So let's do padding left 30%. That looks better. Okay, so we'll do 30%. So come over here and do, where is it, 30%? Here we go, 30%, save. All right. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then give us a call today. Now, this here needs to go down a little bit. So let's see what this is called here. Let's see, full box width. All right, so let's see here. We're going to padding top is, let's say 4%. No, that's too much. Say 2%. That's good. Could even be 1%, I think. Yeah, 1% is good. All right, so let's see. Full box width is padding top. Top is 1%. Or is it pad? Yeah, padding top. All right. And now footer. Let's see. So down here, we're going to do the footer too. Custom footer. So we would have, and let's go and get the symbol, HTML symbol for copyright. Okay, so let's see here. Symbols. It's copyright. Here it is. Sometimes this doesn't work, so I'm going to use this one. Copy. And we're going to put this over here. Okay. www.mynewwebsite.com. 201, actually, we'll do 2017.com. All rights reserved. Okay, now let's see here. So this we will do, actually I don't want to make it a, let's see, we'll do a span style equals text align center, font size small, color green, all rights reserved, period, and then close span. Let's see if this works. All right, what's not working is it's not inside this page div. So that's an HTML problem here. Okay, see, here's the end of the flex box container. Let's see if that's the name of it up here. Let's see, page container. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, so, but that should be in there then. Let me try to move this. Full box. No, that's the FlexiBox container. That's the section. So it should be here. Let's see. Something's not right. I might have to pause and then go and check so I don't waste your time. Let me see. Yeah, I've got to figure out what that is. I'm going to pause the video and figure out what's going on. Okay, so I did a little bit of investigation, and what I had an extra closing of a div. So I had to fiddle around, which is why I leave all of these crazy boxes, because when that happens, which happens often enough, I am able to trace the problem a little bit easier. Now, this also was not working, this span style. So what I did is I'm going to put the text align center in the custom footer up here in the CSS section. So let's see, custom footer. Let's see, custom footer. Okay, so let's see. So I'll have to do another one. Div custom footer. I could have sworn I had one of these, but let's see here. Text align center. And let's see here. Why do I have two of these? Full width box, clear both. I don't need this. I'm going to take that out. And this I'm going to put color is green. And then let's see, font size, I want small. And font weight, I will have, let's see, 600, so it'll be semi-bold. And let's see, padding top, 1%, and padding bottom, 1%. All right, let's see if that works. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, see the copyright symbol. All right, so everything is pretty much lined up for our purposes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go over here and remove all of the borders. And then you'll see, instead of looking like a crazy website, it'll look like not too bad. Okay, so we'll take out this, and we will take out this. Let's see, color green. All right, so that should be, I think that's everyone. So let's see. Okay, and as you can see, it looks more like a regular web page. So hopefully that will give you an idea of how to make not only a landing page, but how the CSS works. So thanks for watching.